Okay, update here on the 300-gallon stock tank koi pond. Just showing you the test results here. Just doing a regular test of the water quality. So, first one here, we have the ammonia. Let's actually see if we can get this visible in a better spot. So we are, let me zoom in there. Whoop! So we're close to 0.5 parts per million, which is actually reasonable, I think. I'd like to get it down to maybe 0.25 parts per million. In fact, it's almost kind of a little in between the two. So that's not bad. I mean, at one point I was all the way up at the 8 parts per million. So yeah, that's much better. So ammonia is getting under control. Let's look over here at our next one, which is our nitrites. So we're just going through the process. Apologize for that. Alright, so here we are pretty close to 0.25 parts per million on nitrites. Again, that's a pretty decent size. I don't know if you'll ever get that down to 0 parts per million, just because I don't know if the nitrogen cycle would be working if there was no nitrites in the water. But you know, I don't know for sure, but I think that's an okay level. And the final one here, nitrates. This is a little surprising. I actually got that down quite a bit. Pretty much just showing 0. Which I do find a little interesting. Now, I did do something to the water. I did two things, actually. One was I put in an ammonia remover. And I think that helped. But I've read that sometimes this doesn't really remove the ammonia as much as it just cancels it out. So, but you know, it's not showing up on the test. The other thing I did, I don't have the bottle of it, but I put in some bacteria. Those Jumpstart your aquarium bacteria bottles. You can get this to zoom a little better. There we go. So I did that, and I think that did make a difference. I think that's what helped get those levels to where they're supposed to be. So I also ordered some test strips for zinc, and I'm just waiting for those to arrive. So I can see if there's any zinc leaching into the water, or at least it's being effective. You know, I do treat the water for heavy metals with just this solution that's supposed to cancel heavy metals and also cancel chlorine. The chlorine's not a concern, but the heavy metals are. So we'll find out if that's making an issue. The fish, they're a little less skittish, but they're still, you can see they're obviously hiding back there, so they're not where I want them to be, which is coming right up and taking a look and seeing what everybody's doing. Oh, the other thing I did is I bought an aerator. This little cheapy one from Walmart. I actually set it up in a nicer spot and make it look nice. But I think this is also helping because bacteria needs oxygen to break down. So this is adding some more oxygen to the water, and yeah. I turn this off just for noise, but this also, you know, shoots in, and obviously that creates oxygen. You know, these are a little better at creating some oxygen. This one, not quite as much. So I guess you are seeing a little bit here, but you know, I don't think they do that much oxygenation, where I think the bubbler does. So yeah, that's where we're at. And as far as the plants go, I don't know, they do just fine. These roses never seem to get any roses, but yeah, I think my brother mentioned maybe I should try some other plants, so I may try some other ones and move these out. But yeah, I was worried that I had to get something that was very specific to be a water garden type, but hostas don't seem to have a problem with constant saturation, nor does this ground cover, whatever this is. I just found this in my yard. Hey, like over there. All kinds of things I can pick from. So just find them and stuck them in there and see what they do. But they seem to do fine. So still working on just getting this optimal. You know, I guess the next step really is just finding out why the fish are not so active, and see if I can get them to be a little more active, and a little more friendly like they were when I originally got them. So see if I can solve that. And maybe that is just the zinc, because it did start happening after I pulled the plastic liner out. So maybe that's just affecting them a little bit, and we'll find out if we can cancel that or even test it. And I'll give you updated, or keep you updated there.